Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
I want you to take a trip with me. Okay, we're going to go back a few years, back to the time of an outdoor game with over 55,000 fans, the logo threes, and the building of this incredible fan base of word of mouth. He was, hey, have you seen this young lady play basketball, this Caitlin Clark, and where she shoots from? It is absolutely insane. And then people who have never watched women's basketball before check her out, and they are absolutely flabbergasted, and they tell a friend. And as the commercials way back in the day, and so on and so on and so on, the school scoring records, the NCAA scoring records, taking down Pete Maverage's Pistol Pete's scoring record, the deep runs back to back, staying in Iowa, taking Iowa to back title games, the destruction of an undefeated powerhouse South Carolina team in the tournament, the revenge of defending champion LSU in the tournament, the takedown again of the blue blood Yukon Huskies in the tournament, the memory of Caitlin Clark playing the inbound pass off the back of Paige Beckers. And then she gets drafted. Do you remember that feeling? Y'all remember that feeling when Caitlin Clark got drafted #1 overall, and all of these people who they knew about women's basketball, but they didn't really follow it. They didn't pay attention. They couldn't name anyone until Caitlin Clark, and they followed her college career. And then they discovered, hey, you know what? Wow, there's professional basketball for women in the U.S. I didn't know. No one knew. It was the greatest secret in the world. But now Caitlin Clark was going, and everything was going to change, and everyone was so excited to see what she was going to do. And then reality smacked you right in the mouth. And we should have known, right? We should have known early on by some of the stuff from college. We should have known. I mean, the infamous Cheryl Swoops, who's just so bitter that OnlyFans wasn't available to her during her college career. I'm sorry, I meant that NIL wasn't available to her during her college career. That was during Caitlin's senior season when Cheryl Swoops was repeating lie after lie after lie, the easiest things to check because she was all talking about numbers. Caitlin Clark playing 8,000 years and playing until she's 25 and taking 40 shots a game and on and on and on. You know, we weren't tuned in. We weren't ready for it. But we learned quickly that they did not want her as she was. They did not want her in the WNBA. They did not want her to bring in this massive fan base. They did not want this massive fan base because it was exposing a lot of things. Because now all of a sudden, this little tiny activist social group that was using basketball as an excuse for their get togethers and having convinced, and I give them a lot of credit for that, right? For that scam of convincing the NBA to pay for their social gatherings. Now all of a sudden there are basketball fans watching, and lots of basketball fans. Millions of people are tuning in. And we know what happened with 2024. We thought, all right, well, she got through her rookie year. It's going to get better. And then 2025 came around and it didn't get better. And unfortunately, there was also a whole lot of other stuff going on because of Caitlin Clark and her injuries. And guess what? Guess what, folks? This just happened, okay? This just happened. This is uh, a screenshot. As you can see here, we have most 30-point games versus AP ranked opponents. Juju Watkins 10. Okay, this is ESPN, right? It's ESPN. You can see it. So you can see it down here, bottom left, right? ESPN. Juju Watkins 10. Caitlin Clark 7. Paige Beckers 5. Hannah Hidalgo 5. There is, however, like a lot of the Cheryl Swoops comments and a lot of the other reporting on Caitlin Clark, you gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention. Because, see, under that big, bold, white font, most 30-point games versus AP ranked opponents, it says in a much smaller font, since 23-24. That means for Juju Watkins, this is her entire career, which would be what she's played, what, 3 seasons, right? Three of her. Paige Becker's not her entire career because, she played till she was 28. See what I did, Cheryl? But most of her career. And obviously all of Hannah Hidalgo's career up to this point, which includes a season plus longer than Caitlin Clark, because this 7 for Caitlin Clark is in her senior year and her senior year alone. That is 23-24. Caitlin Clark actually had 23 in her career, 23 games where she had 30 or more points versus an AP ranked opponent. 23, not 7, not 5, not 10, 23 games. Did I mention the 23 games that Caitlin Clark had where she scored 30 or more points against an AP ranked opponent? I want to back up 1 second just to make clear because I think in my head I might have misspoke. Obviously, this doesn't mean Juju's entire career or Paige's entire career, but it means 2 seasons for Juju, 2 seasons for Paige, and what, 2+ seasons for Hannah Hidalgo versus 1 season for Caitlin Clark. And it's just another example of we want to diminish Caitlin Clark while praising everyone else. Otherwise, hey, why not just say what they have for their careers? I mean, it just seems convenient that it's always Caitlin Clark that is diminished in some way when we look at things like this. Time and time and time again. I'm reminded by the poet Leo from Lethal Weapon 2 talking about the drive-through. That's the media. That is the WNBA sports media with regard to Caitlin Clark. They F you at the drive-through. The media does that to Caitlin Clark time and time and time again. And this is just another example. So if you were hoping that now as we head into Caitlin Clark's 3rd season, that these things might change, I'm here to tell you, no. No, not going to change. Not going to change. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know the drill by now. Go have the day you deserve. Shout out to the 19. I will talk to y'all later.